All right. Okay, you guys are probably wondering where I'm at. But it's okay, it's not important at the moment. Just want to show you what it is that I'm doing. So as you see, this is a repaint. And what I'm doing is I'm prepping the woodwork here, as you can see. This is woodwork around the toilet. Okay, you see the cracks? I'm sure you can see the cracks there. Okay, so I'm gonna widen the shot a little bit. I've already completed this window. Okay, so as you see up here, all this needed to be caulked. This section here, where it meets, needed to be caulked. This ridge going all the way down needed to be caulked. This portion here had to get caulked as well because it's part of the window. All right, we're going to take a look over on this side. And this side also needed to be caulked. Right along this line here where it meets the wall. One very important thing to keep in mind is make sure you're using a premium product. This is a premium product that's guaranteed for 60 years. As you see here, it is called Powerhouse, and it is one of Sherwin-Williams premium caulking products that they supply. And that is what we use. The curing time for this, it's actually an acrylic, and the curing time is actually 2 hours. So that's more than enough time to be able to manage. Okay? When you're caulking, I'm going to teach you skills. You want to have a bucket full of water and a rag. And what you do, you just sort of take the water out of the rag as much as you can. You do want it moist. Okay? And keep it handy. Keep it near you. Come in, Eddie. Not much. So what I'm going to do is do a demonstration in putting caulking along the edge. See, it's very little. We're not putting a whole lot. You don't want to go crazy. Okay? So once you have a bead, sort of run the bead all the way to the ends. Okay? Then you come back to the beginning. Use the finger. Okay? Your finger's wet. You have the rag here. Wet finger. And you're spreading it. You're not really squeezing it. All you're doing is you're spreading it. Okay? You want to make sure that that crack is sealed the whole length. Okay? In the corner, see, I'm going in with the finger and pulling away from the corner. I'm not pulling towards or pushing towards the corner, because then you're going to have a lot of excess there. Don't want that. Pull from the corner in, as you see. Okay? This is what's left on my finger. It is not a lot. So I used a rag and I wipe it on the rag. Okay? You want a clean finger. Here's my clean finger. All right? Something else to keep in mind. A lot of people, this is the tip of the caulking tube. And as you see, look, it's very small. The hole, see how small it is? That's small. You don't want a huge hole. A lot of people, what they do also, and this is a misconception, they cut this at a slant. You don't need to cut it at a slant, because when you cut it flat across, it allows you to go left or right. It doesn't matter. You're not restricted. You don't have to start moving the caulking tube to where the angle is in order to match the angle of where you're pulling the product to. Okay? Very important. It's better to put less initially and then put more if you need it. You don't want to cut the tube halfway down. You have this large opening and then you have to start cleaning all kinds of, it becomes messy. Okay? So this is one thing to keep in mind when you're caulking. So I gave you a little demonstration of what you're doing. Okay? Prior to caulking, you should always sand down the woodwork. Sand it down, vacuum it, wipe the dust off, then you apply the caulking. Okay, that's the proper way of doing the prep work, especially when you have cracks and you're doing repaints. Like in this section here, this is around the toilet. Okay, a lot of moisture in this area, I'm sure. Okay, but you want to have that sealed up. This should be sealed up. Okay, so beautiful pool outside. This is a beautiful home here. So Johnny LaSalle is back on the scene and giving you today's instruction, okay, as to what to do with the caulking. There's one more thing I want to show you. Want to get yourself a dripless caulking gun. Some caulking guns, the cheap ones, most everyone gets the cheap stuff, has a release right here. And if you don't release it, this tip is going to keep on oozing the product that's inside. You don't want that type of caulking gun. Go the extra mile, spend a little extra money. You will always have the caulking gun handy when you need it if you're doing stuff around the house. Okay? Get yourself what they call dripless. It's a caulking gun that doesn't keep the product oozing out. Okay? That's key. Alright? You just bear with me. I'm just going to put it down. So, in review, a bucket full of water, preferably warm or somewhat hot water, a nice cotton rag, okay? Get yourself a product that is not cheap. You want to have, in our case, get that Sherwin-Williams Powerhouse caulking. That's a great product. Sherwin-Williams stands by their product. It's long-lasting. Caulking is flexible. It will withstand temperature changes, moisture, no matter what. After it cures, it's paintable. Don't get silicone for bathrooms. You want to get an acrylic paintable latex caulking, preferably white, okay? In order for you to prep your trim work and window frames, baseboards, you name it, okay? So I'll let you go. I'll let you review this video. Thank you very much for watching the P8NTRMAN's video. Johnny LaSalle on the scene. God bless you and have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.